So you have $1,000 and you're thinking about investing in GameStop because you think you're being left out, and everybody is investing in GameStop and they're becoming millionaires, right? And the little guy is going after the big guy. This is a wonderful story. Everybody's talking about it, and you feel, you know what? I just can't resist. It's gonna double tomorrow, and my $1,000 is gonna be $2,000, and it's gonna be all wonderful, right? Well, before you do that, I want you to consider three rules of investing. Okay, these are the rules I use when I'm investing, and they're not perfect rules, right? Just like everything else, these are just guidelines. Okay, so one of the rules you want to have, or you want to consider, is past performance does not at all determine future performance. Okay, so last week GameStop might have done so well, going up 500% or 300%, right? Went up 300%. It's up about 6,000% or maybe 7,000% for the year or whatever. Okay, that past performance does not determine future performance. It just doesn't. That's not how the market works, right? If you look at BlackBerry, for the most part, between the year 2000 and 2010, right, it was up there hundreds of dollars a share, right? Where is it now? So, past performance does not determine future performance. So you might go in today, and for all you know, GameStop might be back to where it actually belongs, below $10. That's where it belongs based on when you look at the fundamental analysis and everything else. You look at the numbers. That's where it belongs based on sales, based on um, just everything else. You do the calculations. The numbers tell you this stock is should be somewhere below $10. Okay, and so the next thing you got to consider is what Warren Buffett, advises investors, and that is be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. Okay, so like right now is a perfect time to really consider that. If you have $1,000, there's a high chance you might lose it. So what you want to do is that you want to be fearful. You don't want to go in the market right now. Why? Because others are greedy right now. Okay, others are greedy. A lot of people are greedy. They're getting in there thinking, you know what, I'm just gonna go in and double my money. There's two things that happen in investing, two emotions that drive the market. Two, right? Fear and greed. However, fear is more powerful than greed. Okay, and so right now everybody's greedy. There's gonna come a point when GameStop stops going up, and fear is gonna set in, and GameStop is gonna plummet. Okay, I can't predict when that's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen at some point. Why? Because that's just how the market works. Okay, so be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. What does that mean? When people start running away, that's when you get in. Okay, like the market when 2008 happened, everybody was so fearful the market crashed. That's when Warren Buffett and legendary investors like good ones, right? Tudor and Tapper and all these guys, Bill Ackman and the Soros, the Icons, the all the big guys you can think about. That's the time they get in because what everybody's fearful and stuff is on sale. It's Warren Buffett who says like the stock market is the only place where people run away when stuff is on sale. Okay, real investors get in when stuff is on sale. What does it mean when stuff is on sale? When stuff is cheap, when stuff plummets, when the company goes down, like it goes down several points, 25%, it means it's on sale. In a regular store, that's when people go to the store. Why? Because stuff is on sale. But the market, that's when people run away. So be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. So right now, people are greedy, you want to be fearful. When it goes down, when others are fearful, that's when you get in and be greedy. And when it hits the top, those who are Those at that point you want to be greedy because then you're gonna have to go short, right? You buy several puts on GME and you hope that it goes down, because that's the time to be greedy. When everybody's fearful, that's the time to be greedy because it's gonna plummet and then you make money on the downside. Okay, so and the last point to consider is we investors sell the news. Okay, we sell the news and buy the rumors. We sell the news and buy the rumors. So, like Tesla, I'll give you an example. When Tesla went split five ways, right? At the time, I bought. Okay, 2 weeks before they were talking about Tesla is gonna split. I bought. Why? Because it was in the news. Tesla is gonna split. Tesla is gonna split. Tesla is gonna split. Okay, and what happens, knowing, understanding, having been an investor for a while, is that when the stock splits, it usually goes down. Okay, that's just what the past tells me. When the stock splits, it usually goes down. Okay, and so I knew that going in. So what did I do? I bought as much as I could of Tesla. And when Tesla hit 502, 2 days after it split, because it usually goes down 2 days. So when it splits, people put in money because everybody is greedy at that point. And on the second day again, they're still putting money in. On the third day, the stock had hit somewhere 502. I sold. Okay. The following few days, the stock plummeted all the way to about $3. I mean, 350 bucks. You know what I'm saying? You go in, you get back in whenever there's a fear for again. At that point, you buy. You know what I'm saying? At that point, you buy because what? That's just what you do. You sell the news. When stuff is in the news, that's the time to sell. Okay? When somebody, your grandmother or somebody who doesn't even know anything about stocks is telling you about some stock you need to buy, like right now, even a kid is telling you about GameStop. Those who understand investing, that's time to sell. Why? Because we sell the news. We sell the news when stuff is, when everybody knows about that news, everybody knows about what's going on with the stock. It's time for you to sell. And then when there's rumors about a company not doing well and things of that nature, it's just rumors, right? Oh, so and so is so and so is gonna happen. Like the rumors say, hey, so and so, the stock is gonna Tesla is gonna split. Tesla is gonna split, or Tesla is gonna, they're planning on doing A, B, C, and D. They're planning on doing A, B, C, and D. That's the time for you to buy. Okay, you buy the rumor. You buy the rumor, and you sell the news. So, I've talked about three things, and if you really wanna, if you wanna answer the question, should you jump on GameStop right now? I'll just ask you to consider those three things, right? You want to make sure that you realize that past performance does not determine future performance, and then you also want to consider the fact that you want to be greedy when others are fearful, and you want to be fearful when others are greedy, right? And the third thing you want to consider is that we sell the news and we buy the rumor. Every time you hear some people talking about something, it's time for you to get out. Okay, I hope that helps. If I were you, I'd not be considering getting in because there's a high chance you will lose your $1,000. You're better off investing in real companies. And what I mean by real companies, you want to invest in companies that have a real track record, whose earnings last year beat market estimates. That's not the only factor, but I mean, that's something you need to consider, right? That they've been beating market estimates for the past at least 2 quarters. Okay, that company is doing fine. Okay, that company is healthy. That's what you want to do. Okay, so companies to consider that in the range of right now. GameStop is about 350 bucks. There's Cloudflare, it's done well. There's Fastly, it's done well. There's of course Baba, it's done well. They're the same range, $200, 350 bucks. Some of their, or Fast is actually $100. This companies, this Apple, it's about 170 bucks. This Facebook, 250 bucks. Some of their, these are good companies. All right. So if you want to invest your $1,000, not gamble it. If you want to invest $1,000, those are companies you should consider. And you're not gonna get your money back. They're not gonna double. They may double. Like Fastly, for instance, did double. 200%. In the past 12 months, and so there are companies, Cloudflare, something. Most pandemic stocks have doubled, right? So those things do happen. You might double your money, but you're better off being in these companies because these companies have actually have a product, right? Any company in the cloud computing space is going to do well. Any company in the video space like Zoom is going to do well. Any company in retail, online retail, is going to do well during the pandemic. So those are companies that have reliable, business models that actually benefit from the pandemic. Those are going to do well. The fundamentals, okay, on GameStop don't support the business model. Okay, they just don't. They just don't. I mean, it's a retail store. Okay, you expect people to be showing up at GameStop when there's a pandemic? You expect them to sell how many video games when there's a pandemic? So the fundamentals on that business just don't add up, and it's just a matter of time. People are gonna wake up and say, "Listen, this is all." Somebody's gonna be holding it back. At the end of the day, when people have sold, those people who got in early have sold. You will be left holding it back. If you're gonna go in GameStop at $350 a share, you will lose money. Okay, can you make money tomorrow? Yes. Can you make money for how? You can make some money, but at some point it's gonna come down. That's just the way it is because the fundamentals of the business itself are flawed. Okay, you can't throw money at it. You just can't throw money at it and expect something to happen. It's the same thing with BlackBerry. Okay, BlackBerry. Do you know anybody who has a BlackBerry? Okay, people don't use Blackberries. Okay, you say they have a Samsung or they have an iPhone. Those are the market leaders, right? They have the biggest market share as far as smartphones are concerned. Okay, you know anybody who has a Nokia? No. Look, Microsoft got rid of. They first bought Nokia and then they got rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because they didn't have a competitive edge in the smartphone space even when they bought it. Okay, so are you trying to say we are smarter than Microsoft? The analysts and the people that the business development guys at Microsoft? I don't think so. Well, that's just the way it is. And so when you consider Bed Bath and Beyond that's going through the roof, well, they might be able to do because retail's done pretty well actually. But companies like Kodak, how many people do you know that buy cameras from Kodak or whatever it is, Polaroid or whatever? Okay, they just don't do that no more. So the business fundamentals themselves, they're not there for some of these businesses that are going up. The rated businesses, they're just not there. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, fundamentals matter, right? Fundamentals matter. You can try to throw money at it, but you know what? At the end of the day, reality is going to set in, and we're going to go back to normal. That you have to invest money in companies, in good quality companies that will give you a return on your investment, predictable return on your investment with a strong business model and a strong balance sheet. That's how we invest and not speculating. So if you learned something from this video, I hope you put your comment down below, and please subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber, and like the video, and also turn on the notification bell so that when you're notified the next time I upload a video. I hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.